Hello, fellow YouTubers. This is the Imaginator. Welcome to my review of One Piece Manga Chapter 1031. The title of this One Piece Manga chapter is called Warrior of Science. The first thing I like to point out is that we get like a very elegant and awesome color page of some of the vice captains who are the right hand man of the most prominent captains of the series of the One Piece series. Zoro, Rayleigh, Killer, Marco, and etc. So now I'm about to go ahead and just talk about the chapter. So the chapter starts off where the last chapter left off after Law and Kid use their their powerful awakened elf fruit abilities to successfully hit Big Mom, and most of the Beast Pirates who are witness of this battle is actually shocked that Big Mom was under the rubble. Big Mom eventually unleashes herself from the rubble, and pretty much we get like a little funny scene of Evolve trying to observe and pretty much talk about kids' waking up ability secret. The kid's like, nah, man, like, why should I tell my secret to you? And then we get Big Mom. She uses her Focus Pocus uh, technique called the Oshi Roko, and basic basically she takes the souls of some of the beast pirates who were spectators of the battle, and she uses their souls and add them to her body, thus amplifying her size, and not just her size, her power as well. So she's even more of a formidable foe than she was previously. And Kid and Law actually now sense kind of like the idea and danger behind how much Big Mom, how powerful and formidable Big Mom has become. And then we shift to the whole Apu, Drake, and Yamato situation, where first we get a little exchange of Apu and an extra exchange of words. Then Yamato comes into the scene, and Apu and Drake, well, Apu is trying to get Yamato to join him. Obviously, she refuses because she's in rush and go and get into the armory room to prevent the explosives from exploding. And then, she goes, attacks X Straight. X Straight is like, hold on, wait a minute, Yamato. I no longer am allied with Kaido. And she's like, oh, okay. And still just ran past him, but she's still trying to complete her own mission that's more prominent. And then Drake goes after Apu, saying he won't let him get away. Then we cut to Brooke and Robin, and they pretty much trying to run away from Cypher Pole Zero, while the Minks are trying to serve as reliable backup. And then Robin tells Brooke about CP0, you know, and we get to the most focused part of the chapter, and that is basically Sanji. And Sanji is going through this whole mental dialogue of him actually hurting a woman, which is something he obviously takes a lot of pride of and doesn't really do, as many of us know throughout the course of the series, because Sanji's that kind of a gentleman who values a woman and do everything for a lady. And see that he actually unintentionally hurt a woman is actually disastrously devastating for him, not just for him mentally, as because he was saying he was thinking about Germa, and that kind of distracted him from what was ahead of him, seeing the woman that he actually heard that was ahead of him, and she pretty much looked horrified that Sanji actually hurt her unintentionally. And then we get the Queen finally seizes Sanji, and he's actually excited to see that Sanji's about to use the race suit. But then we get a little mental dialogue of Sanji saying, what, Luffy, what would you rather? What kind of person would you rather me be, based on your order? A reckless, cold-hearted Germa soldier, or a worthless, guy who just do everything for women? And he says, "This is my decision's been made," and he basically he pretty much gives out the race suit equipment, and then he smashes it into smithereens. Actually, thus moving forward and not kind of like embracing his origin, but actually not being what his father wanted him to be, basically. And then Sanji calls Zoro. They have exchange, and Sanji says, "I hide this under your stomach, Dad." And Zoro's like, "What? How dare you? I don't need you to. I can take care of myself." Something along those lines, he said. And then Sanji goes on and says, "Well, if something, is wrong with me mentally, I want you to kill me." And then Zoro obviously agrees and say, "Yeah, fine. If that's what you want me to do, then I'll do it." And then he also said that we're going to beat the. Sanji says we're going to beat the Animal Kingdom Pirates together, and Zoro's like, "Of course we are." Along the lines, and also agreeing with Sanji, killing them if after the battle Sanji is mentally something's mentally wrong with Sanji. If something's mentally wrong with Sanji after the battle is over of the Onigashima War, and then that's then after that we see Sanji do his well-known and one of his most powerful techniques, H memories, and that is the end of the chapter. I thought overall the chapter was superb. I like the balance between action and dialogue, especially Sanji's dialogue. Really giving us a glimpse, or pretty much a glimpse of Sanji's inner struggle in trying to move forward, being his own person, and versus his origins, where he came from and what he was brought up to be, like before he met with Zeph. And so I like that little kind of in between struggle that's going with Sanji. That's kind of bad for him, but as a reader, it's very delightful to see, what's going on with a character's mentality overall, and how they can resolve their issues by breaking through, overcoming the obstacle that's preventing them from being who they are and moving forward. So let's see, anything else? I like the whole funny part with Kid and Law, exchanging words about Law, talking about his kids' waking up for ability. That was hilarious. Big Mom becoming even a much more bigger threat now than she was in the past. And Yamato obviously, not joining, pretty much not joining Apu and still focusing her objective and preventing the explosives from going off in the armory room. And plus information that Robin conveyed to Brooke about CP0. I thought that was all great and great stuff. That was all great stuff. Alright, fellow YouTubers, that's it for my review of One Piece Manga Chapter 1031. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment your thoughts down below. Subscribe to my channel, The Imaginator, for more manga chapter reviews, anime discussions, and many more. With all that being said, fellow YouTubers, y'all all have a wonderful day.